So, good morning, good afternoon, or evening to all. My name is Tanetta Marie. So, I'm coming to you today to talk a little bit about attitude. And so, wanted to let you know that when you're trying to get that job, I know that sometimes it could be a little discouraging. Also, life in itself, people can be discouraging towards you, even just because they're having a bad day. And so, we change our attitude, or we have a bad breakup. And so, that changes our attitude. Or we've been looking for work for like 6 months, 3 months, a year, 3 years. That can definitely change our attitudes and make us discouraged. So, wanted to talk to you a little bit about attitude, especially like when you're trying to go ahead and get that job or trying to get that new person in your life because you see somebody and they're really cute. But nevertheless, so there's a statistic that says studies show that all new hires who fail in the first 18 months, 89% of them fail due to attitude problems. And that's really sad because it just says that like people come in with a bad attitude, they come in with bad soft skills in itself. And so attitude is just like if you come in saying, well, they're lucky to have me, that's a bad attitude, because you have to be the contributor and you have to find out what the payoff is for you to enjoy your job so that you are a great employee and that people want to be around you. It's the also same when you're in life in itself. So getting tongue twisted, but I'm not going to change my videos and take a bunch of takes. I am me, and so I want to say that to you. But um, if you're in life in itself and you have that negative attitude, like, well, people should wait on me, or social media, oh, I'm not friends with them because they didn't ask to be my friend. You need to change your attitude about that because it starts with you. So I always hear people who say things like that and they talk about all the things that are going on in their life. And they say, oh my goodness, they act like they hate me. I'm a really nice person. And they are, because I get to know these people and I'm like, man, these are phenomenal people. But because their attitude has been miscued and needs a little adjustment, the augmentation of the attitude is making other people believe things about them that they're believing about other people. Does that make sense? That was kind of like all over the place, right? So, in other words, I have somebody who says, oh my goodness, my boss doesn't like me. I know they don't like me. They're probably thinking of how they're going to get to me. So, when they go into the office, they're totally somewhere else. Their demeanor has already changed. And so, when they see that person, they're already funky about them because their attitude was already funky. They're already believing something bad about their attitude. So we'll draw a little bit of some cognitive behavioral therapy and say, let's replace our stinking thinking with something positive. Let's be enthusiastic because enthusiasm counts. I mean, a positive and enthusiastic attitude is a critical component to success in the workplace and in life in itself. I mean, I'm always excited most of the time. So, for you who don't know, because I'm very transparent, I have my own disabilities. And so, I've been diagnosed with depression since age 14, so I have chronic depression. But most people don't know that about me because I always have a smile on my face. I always keep my depression to myself. There is every blue moon that people will catch me in that state because I know where my funk is, and I don't want my funk to go off to other people. And then of course there's times where I have to go to work, I have to go to school, I have to do life, I have to be around my kids, I have to be around people who love and like me. And I'm just totally in a funk of a funk, and I can't shake the funk of a funk. So I try to surround myself with positive people. I'm very honest about them, about what to. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm really in a funk. I'm really in a bad. So try not to be embarrassed or depressed about my depression. I try to be open and tell people, look, this is what's going on with me, so they can have that kind of compassion. But then I don't want to have helplessness or learned behaviors that are not going to be beneficial for me. So I understand it's something that I tell, and yes, I want them to have compassion and support for me. But my attitude is that I need them to have compassion and support, but encourages me so that when tomorrow happens, even though it may feel like, man, this is a day I want to be funk, but it's also a day that I feel I can push a little bit. I'm going to push you because I have those around me pushing me too. I have those around me smiling all the time. I have those around me making jokes. I have those around me who know my goofy attitude, so they're bound to get me out of it. Another thing that encourages me is music. So don't listen to sad music if you're going through it. Don't listen to it. Don't listen to funky music if you're one of those people who always thinks negative. You want to listen to things that are positive and upbeat, positive YouTube, positive affirmations. I have stickies all over the place. I'd show you, but I probably need to clean up, so not going to. Yeah, I'll do a little bit. So, like stickies. I get stickies on my window that says, "Good morning, beautiful." You've just got to stay positive. So, enthusiasm, it does count. And enthusiasm is often communicated through a smile, through your posture, sitting up straight, eye contact, um, speaking in an upbeat manner. I know that when people come to my workshops, they ask me, excuse me, I have a little tickle in my throat. When people come to my workshops and I'm really excited about it and I really know the material really well, they say, I like to have a cup of whatever she's having. And it's funny because I don't really drink coffee because I'm ADHD. So if I drink coffee or caffeinated coffee or things of that nature, it really just makes me get really, really groggy and tired. So whatever I'm having usually is like a cup of water or some juice, or it's just plain old simple me. So let's change that attitude and let's change our negative thoughts, our stinking thinking, and change and replace that with some positive. Like, you know what? Even if your boss doesn't like you, or even if your neighbor doesn't like you, or even if the girl that you're totally like digging doesn't like you, let's not focus on the negativity of life. Let's focus on, oh, well, it's their loss. Now, let's not get arrogant and conceited, but let's be confident in who we are and just say it's their loss. And so let me just keep moving on. Not going to think about, oh, my boss is trying to set me up so they get in more trouble with the big boss. Not gonna think about, oh my goodness, that girl doesn't like me, so every day she looks at me negative. Don't even look at her anymore, because if you weren't paying attention to her or him, then you wouldn't even know what kind of disposition they have. And furthermore, you don't even know if it's something that you did that kind of pushed them in that space. So, and please get rid of, I don't care what anybody thinks. Now that's only beneficial if people are saying negative things about you and you go, okay, we'll keep it moving. But don't have the attitude that says, I can do what I want to, I can say what I want to, I can be who I want to be. I don't care about what anybody thinks. Because that kind of demeanor only sets you up for failure. It puts you in the mindset that you really can do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say, be whoever you want to be, even if it's funky. It takes out the filter, and we all need filters. So that's it for today, just a little bit on attitude. I'm sure that I'll be coming back with some more attitude tips, but let's keep those smiles going. Let's keep that posture standing straight, sitting straight. Let's keep those big old eye contacts and smiles in our eyes and smiles all over our bodies and smiles all over our face. All right, I'm Tanetta Marie. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be, and have an excellent day. Thank you.